hashtag is Business Express 981. You can also send messages through WhatsApp now. That WhatsApp number is 0809 That's 0809 Now, Judith, let's start by talking about the stock market performance yesterday.
Okay, yes. So the equities market performed closed in red yesterday. What we saw was that the ASI was down 0.5%.
ASI being
ASI All Share Index was down 0.5% on
Okay.
the day, and this was majorly as a result of profit-taking activities in some of the stocks like Nigerian breweries, Nestle, and Guarantee. As for year-to-date performance, it also worsened, down minus 11.5% from Monday's performance of minus 11.1.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. For our first story, Judith, I'd like you to share your thoughts on the breakthrough because some people are excited about this. Financial services has been something that we've talked about on this show, anticipating the first telecoms company that would introduce financial services as part of their operations or their service offerings. It seems MTN has jumped into the fray.
Yes. So what happened was that a super agent license was granted to MTN's subsidiary Yellow Digital Financial Services Limited, and this essentially is part of the requirements of it getting its payment service bank license. So what we currently have is a lot of telecommunication companies that work in conjunction with banks to provide financial services through the use of your mobile phone. But the difference here is that a customer would be able to carry out mobile transactions through money transactions through their mobile without necessarily having a bank account.
The same way we had in PESA.
Yes. So in my opinion, I think of course it makes a strong case for financial inclusion. When you think of the current levels of those that are not currently included in the financial cycle, we have about 36.8% people out of Nigerians not included. So when you now consider the fact that jointly these telecommunication companies have a coverage of about maybe 773 local government areas across Nigeria, it's a smart move, if CBN really wishes to achieve its target.
Yes, and sorry, my it's not a worry, but how are other telcos going to be involved in this? Is it just specific to MTN?
No, right now it's MTN that has gone that far, but I think others are also in the works. I know Airtel has its own plans as well, Globacom, 9mobile as well.
Yeah.
So they all have their own plans.
Okay. And now for our next story, it looks like Nairametrics coined a new term. They call it Shrink-flation. Please help us with the definition of this term.
So Shrink-flation is a combination of shrink and inflation, and what it means is essentially these manufacturing companies are reducing the quality and quantity of some of their products while maintaining the same prices. So as well, we have to actually.
Is that allowed? Is that not illegal?
No, it's not.
There's no regulation agency that ensures that doesn't happen.
Not exactly. You have to look at why they're even doing this.
Exactly. So why?
So it's because of this is as a result of higher cost of production. So you have to think of the fact that Nigeria is quite peculiar. The current environment right now, a lot of these companies have to look for a way to mitigate their losses or mitigate the pressure that's currently on their margins. And you think of cost of production, transportation. Those are things that would add to higher cost of production for them. So what people complain of, or what we've even seen in the past is some of these companies, some of these products, like the drinks, like some of the drinks that we've seen,
the soft drinks,
biscuits, things like that. They just reduce the quantity or just subtly pass it on to the consumer. Yeah, exactly.
Because I sensed and I knew I wasn't going paranoid when I felt like some drinks tasted different outside Nigeria.
Yes.
You come back and you drink the same thing.
So you have to also, but you also have to look at it from the point of view where rather than blatantly increasing the prices, they're more or less giving subtle.
So it's a facade. I'm telling you, It is like this, but it's never really like that. Very interesting. Thank you for breaking that down. So looking at that, the companies that have been involved, I would have loved for you to call them out, but it's okay. You don't want to go there. Let's talk about this story. So 30 Nigerians applying for 180 million naira United States investment visa. What's that about?
Okay, so it's called the EB5 visa, and it was first rolled out in, I think, 1990. And what the whole aim of this is just to boost investment into the U.S. economy. So the minimum requirement or minimum amount that one can invest into a for-profit business in the U.S. is about $500,000.
Oh.
So that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it's even more complex than that, because you have to first invest into a for-profit business. Then they give you a temporary green card. Then there has to be proof of about at least 10 jobs being created before they give you, the permanent green card. So it takes over 5 years before that whole process is wrapped. And then just imagine if that was if that kind of funds were just invested in a couple of businesses within Nigeria, what that would do to the economy.
So what you're saying essentially is a young man like me who's looking to build businesses and just grow profits over time and scale up profits to that margin. I should carry all that money, 180 million, go invest in a for-profit company in the US just because I want green card.
Well, people are doing it.
People are doing it in other countries. The US is not the first to offer such.
Yes,
some other countries with different.
Canada has their
exactly
own program as well. Yes, but it doesn't necessarily.
Does it guarantee you citizenship?
Exactly, it's not even guaranteed. It's after a while, and there has to be proof that jobs are created.
Such an interesting twist of events. I know a lot of my brothers will be interested in this. So say no. Well, don't say no to Ghana. Let's push for more. But next, let's look at the financial performance for the first quarter of 2019 for flour mills. We touched on MTN and some other telcos before now, but let's look at flour mills and how they performed.
Okay, so flour mills performed well. Their revenue grew 1% year on year, from 133 billion to about 134 billion. And what we really saw was that we saw lower finance expenses. Their finance expenses were down 26.6% year on year. And what the company did was that they used the proceeds from their rights issue earlier in the year to pay off for some of the expensive borrowing. So total debt reduced by 22% to about 133.9 billion naira.
That's interesting.
So we may even continue to see this type of performance because the management of the company also has plans to continue to cut its capital expenditure costs.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for explaining that and just making it clear. Lower borrowing costs boosting flour mills' first quarter profits. Let's look at the second quarter of 2019 performance of Dangote Cement. How and how the Alhaji performed. He's it invested in a lot of streams, but the cement company has been one that has generated the most profits in the past couple of years. But looking at the profits for the second quarter, how do you see it performing?
Okay, so interestingly, their revenue actually fell year on year. So it fell to 467.7 billion from 482 billion of the previous year. And what we saw was selling and distribution expenses actually increased on the year by 29.2%, from 62 billion to 80 billion naira. So yeah, PAT, however, also improved.
That's profit after tax.
Profit after tax improved by 5.4%, to 119 billion from 130. So
that's also, it's not bad. Let's also note that, but that 20 billion is a lot of billions. So. Note that the increase in profit after tax could have been facilitated by the fact that Dangote Cement paid less income tax in second quarter of 2019, which a lot of companies business owners complain that he's getting the favoritism or favorite treatment, which I feel sometimes it depends on how the company performs. You get certain leeways from the government, your involvement. confidence in certain investment opportunities. And also, specifically, a total of 36.2 billion naira worth of income tax was paid for the period under review, and it's less than 72.3 billion paid in the second quarter of 2018. Now it's let's look at the earnings per share. It stood at 7.01 naira in the second quarter of 2019 compared to 6.60 in the second quarter of 2018. In the meantime, Dangote Cement PLC remains the most capitalized company on the Nigerian Stock Exchange with 2.8 trillion naira. The company shares are currently trading at 170 naira on the Nigerian bourse. Interesting. What would you advise listeners to, how to make investment choices? For instance, now if you're looking at the companies that are listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange,
I think it's important to first look at the company's fundamentals, how well the company has been doing in terms of their results. Then you also have to take into consideration your own investment horizons as well. So those are
break that down. So
your investment horizons, of course, if you're investing in the Nigerian Stock Exchange at this moment, you probably shouldn't be looking at short-term gains. You should be looking at longer than a year.
Okay.
Going forward, yes.
And what would you advise as the minimum amount to invest?
You can invest any amount you like.
People can invest 5,000 there.
You can invest as low as that as well.
And what would the profit margin be?
No, that's it. But then for younger people, they can actually invest what they can.
Yes.
Into the market. So yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. So students can actually start now.
Yes, students actually buy, trade on the stock exchange.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. What would you say would be the best route to take? Okay, so first, as a student, you want to start investing in stock exchange and in Nigerian stock exchange. What would be the instruments to use to break it down? I mean, for instance, now somebody wants to invest. Do they just walk into the offices, or what brokers should they consult first?
Afrinvest, of course you can. Yes, of course you can reach out to Afrinvest.
Okay.
You just reach out to us, send us a mail, or to brokerage team, and then we also have our app, which makes it very easy.
Oh, you have an app?
Yes, we have our app, Afrinvestor app, so you can get it on Play Store or
the Apple App Store.
App Store, yeah, exactly. And then it just makes it easier for you to just trade at your convenience. You can also speak to an investment advisor to just give you an idea of the type of things one can be looking forward to. Yes.
And when you give advice,
yes,
those are
smart.
recommendations.
Yes, exactly. And then it's even smart for students to even invest now, because you're, like we said, looking at longer term investments. So that would make sense.
I thank one of my older sisters. She advised me from when I was in second year. Start investing now. It's very important. As possible. Thank you, Judith. It's been fun having you on the show. Thank you so much. Send her a message, all right, at Afrinvest on Twitter.
Yes, Afrinvest, or you can send email to brokerageteam@afrinvest.com.
Thank you so much. Next, we have an interesting conversation about real estate. It's all about business this morning. It's quite interesting. Wednesday, and Smooth Breakfast here at Smooth 98.1. Stay with us.